William just did something that shocked even the most seasoned royal insiders. For years, he was the level-headed heir, the calm one, the reasonable one, the man who quietly kept the family together while chaos swirled around him. But something has changed, and those close to him say the transformation is undeniable. Behind the polished smile and diplomatic words, William has finally snapped, not with a tantrum, not with a headline, but with cold, strategic silence. And all of it tied directly to Harry and Meghan. What was once a private rift is now turning into a full-blown royal freeze-out. And this time, there's no turning back. For most of his adult life, Prince William played the part perfectly. The dutiful son, the loyal brother, the future king who knew how to smile politely through scandals, interviews, and awkward headlines. No matter what storms surrounded the royal family, he stayed composed, silent, above it all. Even when Harry and Meghan stepped back from royal duties, even when the interviews aired and private family matters became global tabloid fodder, William didn't lash out. He didn't fight back. He chose restraint over retaliation, earning a reputation as the stable center of a family in turmoil. But insiders say that calm exterior wasn't peace. It was pressure, and over time, it built into something colder, harder. Now, that patience has cracked. Not with words shouted into microphones, but with a decision: protect the institution or let it bleed. William has made his choice, and it no longer includes forgiveness. The final straw didn't come in a palace meeting or a leaked email. It came in the form of a video, a bizarre, almost surreal clip of Meghan Markle wearing a hospital gown, twerking and cradling what appeared to be a fake baby bump. To some, it was a joke. To others, a performance. But to William, it was something else entirely. A humiliation. Not just for Meghan, not just for Harry, but for the entire monarchy. Royal aides were reportedly stunned, family members blindsided. And behind closed doors, William was livid. Sources say he didn't raise his voice, but he didn't have to. His message was clear. This isn't a family matter anymore. This is a liability. It wasn't just the video's strange tone or desperate vibe, it was the timing. It dropped in the middle of mounting pressure inside the palace, as William was said to be preparing a quiet but permanent separation from the Sussexes. Meghan's video didn't just disrupt that process, it accelerated it, because to William, this wasn't just another stunt. It was a public reminder that Meghan had no intention of stepping away from the spotlight, no matter how it affected the institution she once married into. And for the first time, people around him say he stopped asking how to fix things and started asking how to end them. Prince William doesn't waste words. That's what makes his recent comments so unsettling. During a seemingly routine visit to a British Army airfield, William greeted soldiers with his usual charm, asking about their families, their work, their well-being. But then he paused, and with a slight smirk, he dropped a line that sent royal watchers into overdrive. Some of them might not want to see you that much. It's a mixed bag sometimes. To the average person, it might have sounded like a harmless joke. But William isn't the type to speak without purpose. And insiders were quick to point out, the future king never makes off-the-cuff remarks about family without intent. It wasn't just a joke, it was a shot, a deliberate, cutting reference to his brother Harry. A man who, after years of interviews, Netflix specials, and public accusations, now finds himself on the outside of the family. He once called home, and William, he stopped pretending to be okay with that. Royal insiders confirmed what many suspected. William knew exactly what he was doing. That quip wasn't frustration boiling over, it was strategy. A message sent not just to Harry, but to anyone still wondering if reconciliation was on the table. It's not. If there was ever a chance for peace, it's gone now. According to multiple insiders, Prince William has crossed a line he spent years trying to avoid, not out of impulse, but out of calculation. He's no longer reacting to Meghan and Harry's chaos. He's actively cutting it out. One source put it plainly, he's disgusted. Not angry, not hurt, disgusted. That word keeps surfacing among those close to him. And it says everything, because for someone as famously private and measured as William, disgust isn't just an emotion, it's a conclusion, a final judgment, and royal commentator Lady Colin Campbell confirmed what many had suspected. William no longer sees this as a personal fallout. He sees it as a threat to the monarchy. One, he's preparing to eliminate, quietly but decisively. He's not interested in repairing broken bonds or playing family therapist anymore. He's focused on the long game, protecting the crown, stabilizing the royal image, and ensuring that the drama stops here. For years, William played the role of mediator. He gave his brother the benefit of the doubt. Even when Meghan stirred up controversy, even when public trust in the family wavered, William kept his cool. But now, even that loyalty has run dry. It's not that he can't forgive Harry. It's that he won't, because in William's eyes, Harry didn't just leave the royal family, he helped tear it down on the way out. What happens when a future king decides he's done talking? You don't hear a headline, you hear silence. Behind the scenes, Prince William is no longer just reacting to the chaos, he's engineering the exit. According to insiders, a quiet strategy is already in motion, and it's nothing short of surgical. There won't be a public statement. No explosive press conference, no war of words. William doesn't need drama. He's letting silence do the work. Invitations have quietly stopped going out. Direct communication, practically non-existent. And the most telling sign? Sources say legal teams have started drafting documents, not to strip titles, which would spark a PR storm, but to create permanent institutional distance. The kind that isn't easily undone, even if the headlines change. It's all part of a long game. The same kind of deliberate chessboard thinking that William's grandmother, Queen Elizabeth, was known for. A slow, steady severing of ties that leaves no loose ends. And it's working. Royal aides describe a noticeable shift within the palace, an unspoken consensus that Harry and Meghan are no longer part of the equation. Not just emotionally, structurally. Quiet measures are being taken to protect the crown and isolate the disruption. William isn't yelling, he's executing. And for the first time in years, there's no one inside the palace trying to stop him. While Prince William tightens his circle, Meghan Markle's empire seems to be unraveling in plain sight. And to those inside the palace, it's not just a spectacle, it's validation. Her latest business misfire? A jam brand, hyped as artisanal. And exclusive, it was quickly mocked for being overpriced, overmarketed, and underwhelming. Critics saw it not as a passion project, but a PR play. One more attempt to repackage relatability into profit. Then came the rumors of a fashion partnership with Dior. Meghan was reportedly eyeing a major role, hoping to become one of the brand's global faces. But insiders say the response from Dior was blunt, no interest. Instead, they offered Harry a tailored suit. Nothing more. To William, this is exactly the problem. It's not just that the ventures fail, it's the spectacle they leave behind. Every misstep, every awkward rollout, every inflated headline ends up dragging the monarchy back into the conversation. For all the wrong reasons. And then there's Netflix. After their initial splash, Meghan's creative credibility took a hit. Word spread that her new project lacked substance, and the platform quietly pulled back. No buzz, no backing. Just another bluff that didn't land. Inside the palace, this kind of chaos isn't just embarrassing, it's exhausting. William sees it for what it is, a distraction from duty, a liability, and most of all, a never-ending mess that he's now determined to shut out completely. Because when Meghan's brand flops, it's not just her reputation that takes a hit, it's the royal name, dragged through the mud by association. And William is finished letting that happen. There's no more guessing, no more wishful thinking about family reunions or royal reconciliations. Behind palace walls, the message is clear. Harry and Meghan are out. And this time, it's permanent. It didn't happen with a single announcement. It happened in silence. Gradual, intentional, ruthless. Invitations have dried up. Communications have been severed. Events that once might have included the Sussexes now go forward without so much as a mention. There's no effort to pretend anymore. William is done playing the part of the patient older brother. This isn't a pause. It's a freeze. Insiders say there's no middle ground left. You're either fully inside the royal fold, or you're nowhere near it. And Harry and Meghan, they've been left firmly on the outside. No more briefings, no more diplomacy, no more olive branches. William's inner circle, once split between those pushing for peace and those urging caution, has closed ranks. There's no more internal debate. The bridges aren't just burned, they've been bulldozed and buried. And public sympathy? That's drying up too. Where the Sussexes were once seen as rebels breaking free from a rigid institution, more and more people are starting to see a different picture. One of missteps, media games, and missed opportunities. The empire they tried to build on independence is starting to crack under its own contradictions. And through it all, William hasn't raised his voice once. He hasn't clapped back. He's simply chosen to shut the door and bolt it, because this isn't just about family anymore. It's about the monarchy, its future, its survival. And William is making it very clear. Chaos will not be tolerated, even if it shares his blood. Some still hold on to the idea that Harry might find a way back. That if Meghan were out of the picture, the brothers could somehow rebuild what they lost. But behind the palace gates, that hope doesn't exist anymore. Especially not for William, because to him, this isn't just about Meghan's missteps or media blunders. It's about Harry's choices. Every interview, every deal, every thinly veiled jab at the family, Harry was right there, nodding, smiling, standing by her side as the damage piled up. And in William's eyes, that silence was complicity. That support was betrayal. The idea that Harry was somehow swept up, misled, or manipulated. William doesn't buy it, not anymore. He sees a man who had every chance to walk a different path and instead doubled down. Loyalty matters to William, not just as a brother, but as a future king. And Harry, by standing shoulder to shoulder with someone tearing at the royal fabric, made his choice clear. Now, he's living with the consequences. There's no sympathy left, no more middle ground. Sources say William doesn't even see Harry as a maybe anymore. He's grouped him with Meghan, a duo that doesn't just bring headlines, but harm. The door isn't closed just to Meghan. It's closed to both of them. Locked, sealed, final. And while Harry may still have defenders outside the palace, inside, the feeling is unanimous. The damage is done. The trust is gone. And the future of the monarchy no longer includes the younger prince who once stood at William's side. Prince William isn't waiting for another scandal to unfold. He's not bracing for the next headline, or wondering if things might still be salvaged. He's already moved on. What once looked like a family feud has evolved into a calculated repositioning of power. And William, once the calm, conflict-averse brother, is now leading that shift with precision. This is no longer about healing, it's about protecting the crown. He's studied the past. He's seen what hesitation costs. His grandmother, Queen Elizabeth, ruled with unshakable boundaries, clear lines that were never crossed twice. William is doing the same. And those watching closely say it's not just leadership, it's strategy born from necessity. No more negotiations, no more second chances. Because when the institution is under threat, emotion has no place at the table. For Harry and Meghan, they're not just out, they're irrelevant to what comes next. Their influence has waned, their public sympathy thinned, and their brand, once potent, now feels tired. The world isn't watching them the way it used to. The spotlight they fought to control has moved on, and standing in that spotlight now, sharper and more resolute than ever, is William, the future king. The man who walked through scandal, silence, and betrayal, and emerged not bitter, but unbending. He won't be remembered for staying quiet. He'll be remembered for drawing the line.